Hey guys, it's your girl Brandy, aka Brandy4. Oh, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I do lots of commentary videos, reviews on Love Island, Degrassi, Kardashians, blah blah blah. I talk about pop culture. So if you like all of those things, make sure you subscribe. Let's get into it. So yes, the season finale of Love Island USA season 4 was last night, and I gotta give a warm congratulations to my girls Zeta and Timmy. Hashtag Zimmy. Hashtag Zimmy. What? We knew this was gonna happen. If it didn't happen, best believe I was never watching a USA season ever again. Because otherwise, like, what? They brought the drama. They brought the love. They brought the two things that the season lacked. They brought the two things that the season lacked: drama and love. This video isn't going to be a review on the finale, how I feel about Zeta and Timmy. Y'all should know by now, like, how I feel about them. Zeta was the star of the season. She did what she needed to do, and it's crazy because she's not even American. She's not even American, and she was the star of the season. Says a lot about the casting this season. It just shows you how much work needed to be done this season. How did someone from the UK win an American season of Love Island? How did she bring the drama? How was she, along with I was about to call him Zimmy. How was Zeta along with Timmy? How were they the only ones who knew how to communicate their emotions? They're the only ones that I actually got something out of their relationship. I got something. I got, like, giddy every time they would be on my screen. No one else made me feel that way. Usually every season has like 3 couples. This season only had Zeta and Timmy. But really, if we're being honest, Zeta was the one carrying the season. She did what she needed to do this season. Let's get into it, because I actually want to talk about everything wrong with this season. You guys probably realize I haven't really been posting that much about the season. Usually I post like the dramatic episodes. I usually do reviews on like the dramatic episodes, on the episodes everyone's talking about, a lot of buzz around the episodes. But this season in particular, I could not do a video. I couldn't force myself to do one because it was lacking a lot of stuff. So let me get right into it. So first, this season had no context. It was missing so much context. Majority of the storylines lacked context. What happened between Courtney and Bryce? What happened? What happened with Bria and Jeff? Why did they kiss when she left? I would have never known that they were trying to get to know each other because she just left. It was up to the Islanders to get her kicked off. They kicked her off. They had a goodbye kiss. I'm like, where did that come from? Courtney talking about how Bryce is very like argumentative or shuts her down or rolls her eyes. How? I didn't see any of that. I'm kind of like, what is she talking about? Is she just making things up? How am I supposed to know if things are getting cut out? How am I supposed to connect with any of these couples if so many scenes are getting cut out? I'm not trying to hear the same old conversation. Oh, you're my type, looks wise, I'm gravitating towards you. None of the conversations from whatever I saw, they don't have any sort of context. They don't tell me how, these couples aren't telling me how they feel about one another. They aren't telling me what they like about the other person, past looks. I'm not getting any of that. The main reason I like Love Island is because, like, I can put myself in other people's shoes. I can see, like, oh, this is how they're feeling about this person. I see that, as you're supposed to see that since it's getting filmed every day. You're supposed to see what they're seeing since it gets filmed every day. What is the point of putting out episodes every day if we're not even about to see not even a quarter of what they're going through? At least with the UK, yes, there's clearly still a lot of stuff that gets left out, but at least with the UK, we still get a sense, an idea of like their personalities as a whole. from their conversations, even if it's the smallest conversation, even if it isn't like a significant conversation that's about any sort of drama. Like, that's important to the storyline because it shows me who is strong and who isn't. Like, I don't want a conversation just about whatever drama is going on. I need to know what led up to the drama. I didn't get any of that. So there's that. Next, why was someone getting dumped every other episode? Can you tell me why was someone getting dumped every other episode? Like I said before, how am I supposed to connect with the couples, with the Islanders? How am I supposed to want to vote for anyone if people are getting dumped as soon as they get on the show? Maybe it's because, like, there are shorter episodes, or there are a shorter amount of episodes in the USA compared to the UK, which is clearly a problem. It's like clearly a problem. At this point, I thought like since it was on Peacock, it would improve tremendously. I thought they would increase the amount of episodes. They didn't even do that. So what was the point of bringing it on Peacock? Okay, great. We can hear them curse. Like, I don't really care about that. I wanted more episodes. I wanted more conversations, more time with the Islanders. And they kicked them off like the next episode. How am I supposed to get acquainted with these couples? How am I supposed to fall for these couples? How am I supposed to connect with anyone if I don't know them for more than a day? Like, come on. And then another thing, not only were they getting dumped every other episode, Islanders were like volunteering to leave. Why were so many Islanders volunteering to leave this season? I get it, mental health, blah, 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 whoop-de-doo, but there needs to be like a contract in place. Like, Islanders needs to be here for this set amount of time, something, because like, why is it that people can't get voted off to get voted off? Like, why are you voting yourself out? Why are you volunteering? Don't do that. You're messing up the game. You're messing up the game. That pissed me off because I'm like, bruh, like Mackenzie left. That blonde girl that I don't know or care about her, but like she left voluntarily. Naja and Jeff left, volunteered to leave instead of just being kicked off. Like, why? Why did you volunteer? It just ruins the show. It's like, okay, you're kicked off. Okay, great. Now Phoebe's here because you want to volunteer to leave. Like, why didn't you just get kicked off how you're supposed to? I don't know. It just takes away from the show and the process of elimination. It just did not work. Also, even though this might be a small detail, but why were there so many music tracks? There were so many on every scene. There was music playing in the background. The thing about Love Island that I love the most is that it kind of is like a home video aspect. It kind of gives home video vibes. It shows like real time stuff, like things in real time, things when it's happening. There's no type of like production energy that comes from Love Island. That's why it's so authentic. That's why I love the show. You don't have overproduced episodes. Like, you don't have just random transitions and music playing in the background and random you know, like sound effects, blah blah blah. This season though, there were so many sound effects, so much music. I'm like, why is there so much music playing? I really would like to hear the conversations. I want to hear what they're saying. There are already not enough conversations in this show to begin with. Like, I just want to hear the conversations. And I don't want a random song playing in the background, trying to like dictate how I'm supposed to feel about that scene. And that's the thing about music. When you're playing music on a scene, like it dictates like how the audience is supposed to feel. Versus if there's no music, you can have your own, make your own mind up about like a certain situation. If they're playing sad music in the background, great. That means I'm supposed to feel sad even when I wasn't feeling sad, you know? Like things like that, it really just, it pissed me off. And I'm like, it just bugs me so much. How did CBS get it more right than Peacock? I would have never thought. I would have never thought. I thought there was going to be so much more leeway on Peacock versus CBS, but no, I didn't get any of that. It was just very confusing. Another thing, Another thing, how could I forget this one? The multiple allegations against some of these Islanders, child. Why were so many Islanders getting exposed this season? Like, why were one too many were getting exposed for SA this season? One too many. I'm not gonna name names. Y'all already saw it on Twitter. But it's just like, producers, get it together. There needs to be something in the casting that y'all need to improve on. Like, y'all got to do background checks. Y'all got to ask around. Y'all got to ask mutuals. If you're looking people up on Instagram, trying to find them, blah, 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 you got to ask mutuals. You got to ask people who are connected with them, like how they are in the real world. So you can avoid having someone like this on the show. And most importantly, you can avoid like not having a storyline get vanished and destroyed because of this. I forgot the guy that Deb was talking to. I can't remember his name. It was on Twitter somewhere. Go look it up. Yeah, he allegedly SA'd his ex-girlfriends. Yeah, he was a terrible person. He's a terrible person, basically. And yeah, he basically got kicked off the show, clearly because everybody was like tweeting Love Island to kick him off the show. Which is fine, like, do what you gotta, like, I don't want anyone who's like that on the show. However, it takes away from the show because it's like, great, now a storyline was destroyed. And because of that, Deb went crawling back to Jesse. Did you think Deb was not about to crawl back to Jesse? That's the thing, like, if that guy was not a terrible person, she would have left Jesse. She does not want to be with Jesse. So it was just like, great. That was really annoying. Things like that were very annoying. It's just like, great. Now the storyline was messed up because they invited someone as terrible as this person is on the show. So yes, get it together with the casting. I don't know how you can do that, but you got to improve on the background checks. I know, like, for instance, in season 2 of USA, there was one guy who did like corn, rhymes with corn. He did that and they kicked him off the show. And personally, I feel like they shouldn't have done that, but also it was just, that's whatever. That was my opinion. But also they should have did a background check. Like, why wouldn't you check to make sure that like he didn't do that before bringing him on the show and now embarrassing him in front of, you know, in front of the world, basically, by taking him off the show. So yeah, that was kind of messed up. But yeah, things like that, do better background checks because what the hell. And then last but not least, what bothered me the most about this season was the Isaiah and Sydney storyline. It was not giving how they wanted it to give. They wanted to make Sydney a victim so bad. They wanted to make her a victim so bad. And what really pissed me off was that they had the audacity to they pulled out a tweet that was literally an assumption. Because don't get me wrong, the tweet about the natural beauty comparing Phoebe and Isaiah comparing Phoebe and Sydney's beauty, blah, blah, blah. That was my assumption, to be honest. Like, when he did say that comment, I just assumed like, oh, does that mean that he doesn't like Sydney because she has Botox, blah, blah, blah. That was my petty assumption. However, it was an assumption. It wasn't fact. It wasn't factual. So the fact that they added that tweet on the show and basically try to break Sydney down just to make her look like a sad victim, it was disgusting. And to the point where like Isaiah was believing that he actually said that when he didn't say it. Maybe he meant it, we would never know because he didn't say it. So it was just like, why would you do that to the girl? Why would you do that to her? Showing her in bad angles, like her hair was all messed up, being mad close up to her face while she's crying. It was just like, was that necessary? Was it necessary? It just really wasn't necessary. It was just weird. And yes, Isaiah is, I personally don't trust him fully, if I'm being honest. However, I don't think he's a bad guy. And I personally think producers were trying their hardest to make him a bad guy by sending in girls who were into him, like solely just into him. Producers were not sending in women who were into any of the other guys, only Isaiah. Why were they doing that? It was just like an ongoing thing, and then making poor Sydney just go through all this crap. Nobody's sending in guys who like Sydney, but they sending in all these girls that like Isaiah. It was just like, come on now. I like some drama, but like at one person's expense, I didn't like that. It was just like, okay, she wasn't my favorite person on the show, but like I can see what's going on, and I didn't like that at all. She suffered, like sis was suffering. And I feel like the music that they played in the background took away from her suffering, if I'm being honest. Because if you take away that music and you just see her just bawling her eyes out, it would show, like, it would make you feel even more. It would be like, wow, like sis was upset. Like, they made drama out of nothing. They made the girl feel so insecure. And I'm so glad that her mom came on the show and confirmed it for her. Like, this man did not say that about you, because he didn't. So yes, that is my rant for today. I know you guys are probably expecting a very positive video from me, but I didn't really have that many positive things to say about the season, to be honest. Would I say it's worse than last season? No. I feel like these two seasons were on the same level. Last season, it started off very strong. It just ended terribly. It was just a terrible ending. At least this season, it didn't end that bad. It wasn't a terrible ending. Well, obviously, because Zeta and Timmy won. But it was like, otherwise, there were a lot of storylines that just were abandoned this season. And yeah, that's really the main thing. Like, keep people on for longer. Keep the original cast on for longer, at least. I feel like that's what they should prioritize, keeping the original cast. The OGs should be on the longest. Just saying. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I said a lot. So yeah, let's just unpack it. Let me know if you agree with anything I say. Like, let me know if you disagree. I love to hear, like, whatever y'all's thoughts are on the season, because honestly, I do want to watch the next season of Love Island USA, but ain't gonna hold you. Like, if it's just as inconsistent as this season, then I'm probably going to retire USA, to be quite honest, because if we're comparing this season to UK season, UK delivered. Hate to compare it, but it's just like, there was a huge difference. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to Go Brandy 4 for more Love Island content.